In the shadowy, martini-soaked landscape of the 1960s, a new breed of hero emerged, the spy. From the debonair escapades of James Bond to the stylish global missions of the Man from U.N.C.L.E., the world was utterly captivated by secret agents and their gadgets. But amidst this earnest parade of espionage, a different kind of operative stepped into the light, tripped over his own feet, and brilliantly pulled back the curtain on the entire genre with a single, perfectly timed pratfall. This was the universe of Get Smart, which debuted in 1965, a satirical masterpiece that wasn't just funny. It was a surgical dissection of spy fiction, a hilarious send-up of Cold War paranoia, and a surprisingly heartfelt ode to unwavering, if often misplaced, confidence. Co-created by the legendary Mel Brooks and Buck Henry, this show didn't just parody spies. It owned them, twisted them into knots of glorious absurdity, and then dared you not to fall hopelessly in love with its delightfully incompetent protagonist and his impossibly perfect partner. The genius of Get Smart lay in its audacious commitment to satire. It wasn't content with cheap laughs. It meticulously deconstructed every trope of the burgeoning spy genre, from the convoluted master plans of evil organizations to the absurdly improbable gadgets. Its primary target, the sinister criminal syndicate KAOS, was a mirror reflecting the Cold War's shadowy, monolithic enemies, but rendered with a theatrical villainy that was pure comedic gold. Their counter-organization, Control, ostensibly the bastion of good, was itself a bureaucratic labyrinth, fraught with incompetence, illogical rules, and a pervasive sense of delightful inefficiency. The humor danced between broad slapstick, doors opening into brick walls, cars driving into trees, and razor-sharp wit, often delivered with a deadpan earnestness that made the absurdities even funnier. This was a show that understood the mechanics of a joke down to its molecular level, building layers of recurring gags and catchphrases that became part of the cultural lexicon. It made us laugh, but it also subtly, cleverly asked us to question the very nature of heroism and authority. At the very core of this comedic alchemy was an ensemble cast that operated with a finely tuned precision, each member a vital cog in the machine of controlled chaos. And leading the charge, or more accurately, stumbling enthusiastically at the front, was Don Adams as Maxwell Smart, Agent 86. Adams didn't just play Maxwell Smart. He inhabited him with a deadpan earnestness that elevated incompetence to an art form. His voice, a melodic monotone, delivered non sequiturs, illogical deductions, and catchphrases like "Would you believe?" Or missed it by that much, with the unwavering conviction of a man who genuinely believed he was a master spy. Smart was a master of unintended consequences, frequently saving the day by sheer accident or by baffling his enemies into surrender. Yet, Adams infused him with an underlying warmth and unwavering loyalty, making him more than just a clown. He was a hero you rooted for, despite or perhaps because of his magnificent ineptitude. By Smart's side, a beacon of actual competence, quiet grace, and understated beauty, was Barbara Feldon as Agent 99. She was, in many ways, the show's unsung revolutionary. In an era where female characters in sitcoms often played reactive roles, Agent 99 was intelligent, resourceful, highly skilled, and utterly capable. She was the one who consistently solved the actual problems, deciphered the clues, and saved Smart from himself. Yet, she did so with a calm professionalism and a profound, often baffling, affection for 86. Their relationship evolved from professional partners to a surprisingly genuine romantic couple, eventually leading to marriage and children, a rare progression for a sitcom. Feldon imbued 99 with an understated wit and a quiet strength, proving that the most effective spy doesn't need a gimmick. She simply needs to be brilliantly, undeniably smart, making her a quiet feminist icon in a seemingly silly spy parody. And overseeing their often chaotic missions was Edward Platt as the chief. Platt's portrayal of the long-suffering, perpetually exasperated, yet fundamentally supportive head of Control was a masterclass in comedic reaction. His deep sighs, his weary glances at Smart, and his desperate attempts to maintain order amidst the constant absurdity provided a grounded counterpoint to the show's antics. He was the voice of reason trying to penetrate a wall of cheerful illogicality, and his exasperation became a beloved running gag itself. The Chief's relationship with Smart was a nuanced blend of frustration and genuine affection, often showcasing a paternalistic concern despite Smart's constant ability to drive him to the brink. The supporting cast further enriched this world of absurdity. Bernie Capel's delightfully theatrical villain, Siegfried, from KAOS, provided a recurring antagonist who was as comically inept in his own way as Smart was in his. Robert Carvelis's Larrabee, Smart's equally clueless assistant, expanded the realm of bumbling bureaucracy. Even the brief appearances of characters like Agent 13 always hiding in the most absurd places, and the super-strong Jaime added layers to the show's unique brand of controlled chaos. The chemistry among this entire ensemble, particularly between Smart and 99, was palpable, creating a comedic ecosystem where every player knew their role, contributing to a symphony of laughs that resonated with audiences of all ages. Thinking about how such a diverse group of characters could operate in such perfect, hilarious harmony makes you appreciate the rare magic that happens when writing, directing, and acting align. If you're fascinated by the intricate dance of ensemble comedy and how characters can elevate a show from good to legendary, then you're exactly where you need to be. Hit that subscribe button to join our ongoing mission to explore the very best of classic television and the unforgettable personalities that made it so. One of Get Smart's most iconic contributions was its pioneering use of gadgets as an integral part of its humor, rather than just plot devices. The infamous shoe phone, the cone of silence, which always, inevitably, failed to work as intended, the car phone, the disappearing doors, and countless other absurd inventions weren't just props. They were punchlines in themselves. The comedy came from their frequent malfunction, their impracticality, or Smart's utterly illogical use of them. These gadgets served as brilliant visual gags, constantly underscoring the show's satirical take on the high-tech spy world. The visual language of Control's labyrinthine headquarters, with its myriad secret entrances and hidden rooms, further amplified the show's unique blend of sophisticated parody and physical farce. It was a show that understood that seeing a joke was often just as powerful as hearing it. Get Smart also innovated in its comedic structure, elevating parody beyond simple spoof. It created its own distinct comedic universe, where the absurdity followed its own internal, consistent logic. This allowed it to explore the mundane realities of spy work, paperwork, incompetence, office politics, alongside the grand, over-the-top threats, forging a unique comedic voice. Its influence on subsequent satirical comedies, particularly those that blend genre parody with character-driven humor, is undeniable. It demonstrated that audiences were ready for a more sophisticated, meta level of comedy, one that poked fun at established tropes while still delivering genuinely engaging storylines and characters you could root for. It proved that intelligent humor didn't have to be niche. It could be mass market, wildly popular, and enduring. The cultural impact of Get Smart was immense. Its iconic catchphrases became part of everyday conversation, from "Would you believe?" and "Missed it by that much" to the old blank trick. And sorry about that, Chief, the show was a ratings success, spawned toys, comic books, and even a revival series and movie, solidifying its place in pop culture. It left an indelible mark on the spy genre, forever altering how spy stories could be told, both seriously and comically. It showed that self-awareness and absurdity could coexist with genuine character development and even romance, leaving a legacy that continues to influence comedies today. It wasn't just a funny show. It was a clever, charming, and utterly brilliant piece of television that dared to make us laugh at the very things that once inspired fear and awe. If you've been thoroughly entertained by this secret debriefing on the genius of Get Smart and its lasting legacy, know that the archives of classic television are vast and full of equally fascinating discoveries. We love unearthing the creative brilliance behind these iconic series. Don't be a KAOS agent and miss out. Make sure you've subscribed to join our ongoing mission to celebrate the very best of TV history. Now, over to you, agents. What's your favorite Maxwell Smart catchphrase, and when do you find yourself using it? Who is your favorite Get Smart character or recurring villain? What do you think is the most brilliant satirical element of the show? Share your classified information, favorite gags, and personal reflections in the comments section below. Let's discuss why this spy parody still hits its mark, even decades later.